How the President of the United States moves on land. At first, it looks like a group of cars passing by. To most people, it is just another motorcade. But in reality, this is a fortress on wheels, one of the most complex security operations on Earth. Every second, every street, every movement is calculated. You're watching HEH TV, where we bring you the hidden stories of power, history, and science. Make sure to subscribe, because what you are about to hear is rarely seen in public. The centerpiece is the limousine known as the Beast. Its official name is Cadillac One, but nobody calls it that. Secret Service agents, journalists, even the President himself often refer to it simply as the Beast, and it deserves that name. It weighs nearly 20,000 pounds, heavier than a small tank. Why so heavy? Because it is wrapped in armor. The doors alone are 8 inches thick, the same weight as an aircraft door from a Boeing 757. The windows are 5 inches thick and can stop armor-piercing bullets. The body is made of layered steel, titanium, aluminum, and ceramic. Inside, the air is completely sealed. If there is a chemical attack, the President will not even breathe the outside air. Oxygen tanks are stored for emergencies. A satellite phone connects directly to the Pentagon and U.S. military commanders. And in the trunk, there are pouches of blood, the exact same type as the President's, in case a transfusion is ever needed. But here's something most people don't realize. The Beast is not one car. There are several identical ones, built in secret, always traveling together. When the President moves, 2 beasts ride side by side in the motorcade. Nobody outside the security circle knows which one carries the real President. The Beast is designed to survive, but survival is not only about armor. That's where the motorcade comes in. A typical presidential motorcade can stretch to more than 50 vehicles. Each one has a specific role, like pieces on a chessboard. The Beasts ride in the center, surrounded by armored SUVs filled with heavily armed Secret Service agents. Behind them, a specialized ambulance follows, fully equipped like a mobile emergency room. Some SUVs are fitted with communication jammers to block signals, so no one can trigger a remote bomb. One vehicle, nicknamed the Roadrunner, is a rolling command center with satellite links that can coordinate with the White House, the Pentagon, and military forces anywhere in the world. From the outside, it looks like just another convoy. But from the inside, it's closer to a moving fortress, built to withstand attacks, confusion, or even assassination attempts. Even the tires of the Beast are unusual. They are lined with Kevlar, the same material used in bulletproof vests. If they are destroyed, the steel rims allow the car to keep driving at high speeds. The fuel tank is armored and filled with foam, so it will not explode, even if it is directly hit. But here's the catch: the Beast is slow. With all this armor, it can barely move faster than 60 miles per hour. So the real protection is not speed. It is planning, deception, and overwhelming force. And that takes us to the hidden side of the story, the part that most people never see. Before the President even leaves the White House, security planning begins days, sometimes weeks in advance. Secret Service advance teams fly to the city where the President will visit. They inspect every road, every intersection, every possible route. They map at least 3 separate paths, so if one becomes dangerous, the convoy can switch instantly. Local police departments are brought into the plan. Highways are shut down, intersections are blocked, traffic lights are taken over by remote systems. For a few minutes of presidential travel, Entire cities are frozen. People wait. Cars stop. Life pauses all to create a clear path. And that's just the surface. The real work happens in silence. Manhole covers along the route are welded shut. Trash bins and mailboxes are removed, so no one can hide explosives. Storm drains are inspected by bomb squads. On rooftops, counter-sniper teams take position with rifles aimed at the streets below. At ground level, plainclothes Secret Service agents blend into the crowd, watching every face, scanning every movement. The motorcade itself is not always the only one. Sometimes decoy motorcades are launched, leaving the White House in different directions. Which one carries the president? Nobody outside knows. Even hospitals are included in the plan. Secret Service agents identify trauma centers near the route. Doctors and nurses are put on alert, just in case. The ambulance in the convoy is staffed with specialists who can perform battlefield-level surgery on the move. And here's a rare detail. The vehicles are coded. To the untrained eye, they look like normal SUVs. But within the Secret Service, each one has a call sign. The agents know exactly which car is the Roadrunner, which one carries the counter-assault team, which one has the communications equipment. When the president travels abroad, the operation becomes even more complex. A U.S. Air Force cargo plane, often a C-17 Global Master, flies ahead. Inside it are the beasts, armored SUVs, motorcycles, and communications vehicles. The convoy you see on foreign soil is rarely borrowed from the host country. It is flown in directly from America. And sometimes, even dummy presidents are used. Decoys that look like the president from a distance are placed in motorcades to confuse potential attackers. The real president may already be inside the destination, while decoys are still on the road. Behind this massive shield of steel and planning is something simple. It is the idea that the president, the single most protected person on earth, must still move among the people. He must appear at events, meet leaders, and connect with citizens. That means risk can never be zero. Every drive is treated as if it could turn into a battlefield. And yet, to the outside world, it looks calm, organized, and ceremonial. The truth is, what you see is the surface. What you don't see is the invisible army working in silence, the welders sealing manholes, the agents on rooftops, the doctors standing by, the snipers watching every window. The president's car is called the Beast, but the real beast is the system behind it. An ecosystem of planning, deception, and force that moves with him wherever he goes. So the next time you see a presidential motorcade pass by, remember this. It is not just a convoy of cars. It is a moving fortress, a chessboard in motion, and a reminder that protecting one person at this level requires the strength of an entire nation. And that is how the President of the United States travels on land seen by all, but truly understood by very few.